Sack Life. Beat Depression is day 874, and we're back for more with another somatic healing session to wipe out depression. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here now. Anyone who's tuning in later, appreciate you guys and girls out there. Thank you so much for supporting the cause and showing up both for yourself and for others. Today is day 874, but before we get into that, it is a martial arts for mental health show, and we like to focus in on those powerful mental health tools first. The one we usually start with, which today will be no exception, is the gratitude tool. And a cool thing about the gratitude tool, shout out to Tiny Angel, hey there, and to Lisa the Luminary. Grateful that you gals are both in here first. Thanks for supporting the cause. So it was just mentioned, the first part of our show, we always start with a powerful mental health tool of gratitude. And that tool can help even if you're going through a difficult situation. And today will be a perfect example because we're out here in the snow, broadcasting from the bonus vehicle because my equipment is not waterproof, and I'm coming at you with a killer migraine. I don't know why I have it. I woke up with it, and it just steadily getting kind of worse throughout the day. Don't know what's going on. I didn't have alcohol last night, so it's not that. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm definitely going to be dialing down my intensity. But one of the cool things about the gratitude tool is, even though I'm going through this difficult time and I'm dealing with the migraine and we've got the snow and all that stuff, we can use the gratitude tool to boost our mood into a positive direction and help us focus on those things to be grateful for. So today, for my gratitude tool, I am grateful to the first ones in for being here, for supporting the cause. I'm grateful that we're able to connect with each other and support each other through this Instagram internet tool. I am grateful that I was able to find Tylenol before the show, because that's taken the edge off. And I'm grateful to be here and be able to continue pushing forwards and accomplishing my daily goal, no matter what is trying to stand in my way, even if it is a killer migraine. And by doing that, by focusing on that gratitude tool, I'm able to boost my mood and stay focused on those positives, even though, going through tough times. So hopefully you guys can use the tool the same way and find it beneficial in your experience. Go ahead and think about a few things that you're grateful for today, and that'll help put you in that positive mindset as we move into the lesson. Second mental health tool that we're going to talk about is the progress tracking tool. It's day 874 of consecutive goal accomplishment for me, consecutive progress and success. Let me know how many days it's been for you. By keeping track of your daily goal accomplishment, it will build up into proof that you are stronger than the debilitating effects of depression or anxiety, and you are able to overcome anything that is stopping in your way, boosting self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-validation. And that's something that not even the lies of anxiety or depression can make us forget. That's something that not even they can take away from us, because we give it to ourselves. So please do keep track of that progress, keep charting it, and let it build in your life and have that compounding positive effect as well. And checking in on comments, Tiny Angel says, lots of lemon water, heavy on the lemon will help, and rest. Thank you. Yes, I'm doing coconut water right now. That's my go-to for hydration, but I will do some lemon water as well. Give that a shot. Thank you for the tip. I'm grateful for your feedback and tips. And she says, I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you too, Angie. And Lisa coming in, sharing her progress and success at 574 days. Crushing those goals, Lisa. Proud of you. Keep up the good work. Keep on moving forwards. And no doubt it has not been easy over the last 574 days. We all have challenges, right? Every day presents new challenges. But every day you keep track of your goal accomplishment, you get to recognize that you can crush those challenges. You can keep going forwards, and we're only getting stronger out here by working together. So thank you for sharing that. Now, those are two beginner mental health tools, and today is day 13 of the 21 Days of Gratitude movement through Hope to Courage. So I want to shout out gratitude to Hope to Courage as well, and Naomi and Alan and the team at Zentai and Samia and everybody who's been putting together this movement, sharing free mental health tools and services for everyone for free through that Hope to Courage website. If you didn't get a chance to check it out, check it out. There's a lot of free stuff there. It's not going to last. It's only going to be there for a limited time. So please do check them out. Give them a follow. Show them some support. They're helping us out, raise awareness, and we're going to be doing some more work together in the future. So now let's get into the lesson. It's day 13, and we've done about a week of hands, about a week of elbow strikes, and we started getting into the knees just a few days ago. So we started with that straight knee, boom, right? That straight Muay Thai knee. We moved in, and we learned about the switch knee, whoosh, boom. And now today we're going to learn one of my favorites to practice on the bag or with Bob. Lots of fun smashing Bob's ribs with this one. It is the angled knee. So we can do this from a stationary position, or you can do it stepping out. You can step into that angled knee. I'm going to show you the breakdown on that, and then we're going to get into our standard rounds. No boombox today. It's not snowproof, so we'll just have the sounds of nature and probably some heavy breathing. So we can tune into that. But for the angled knee, let's break down the format. First, you want to get into your balanced Muay Thai stance, right? Nice and balanced, evenly spaced, those feet apart, hips square with your opponent, shoulders square. It is a close range knee strike, so it's something that you'll probably want to step into, or you can use it in the clinch as well. So from your balanced stance, what we want to do here is take a small step forwards, opening up those hips on the lead leg, and we're going to take the hand on the side of the knee that's striking. That's going to be our rear knee strike. We're going to start with that one. We're going to take the hand that's going to fire on the same side as that leg that's striking, and we're going to reach it across the face of our opponent. So go ahead and reach diagonally across the face this way. And when we chop the arm for this one, we're going to chop the arm diagonally. We're not going to chop it downwards like we do on the on those roundhouses or those other kicks, those knees, that straight knee strike. We're going to chop the arm diagonally, because this is going to be a diagonal, angled knee attack. And the way we're going to make sure that it follows the right trajectory is when we step off that line, we're going to bring the ankle up and the knee up together, almost on the same plane. And you're going to reach across the face of that opponent, bring the ankle and knee up together, and then we're chopping the hand in the opposite direction of the knee. And if you look at the upper portion of my body, the jacket might be concealing a little bit, but the upper top half of my body from the waist up is going to be rotating in the opposite direction as the lower half of the body. So that's why we want to make sure we open up the hip by stepping out, right? Bring the ankle and knee up on the same plane, and now the upper torso's turning in, the lower torso's turning in, and we're kind of getting this clamping motion. Whoosh. Between that bottom half and top half. Something's getting in the way. It's a wallet. Let's get rid of that for a second. Boom. Okay. Let's continue on. Shout out to Tanea. Thanks for being here. So we're talking about the angled knee. So what we want to do, again, from our balanced Muay Thai stance, we're going to open up those hips, step in that lead foot out off the line. We're going to reach across with the hand on the same side that's firing. Lift the ankle and knee on the same plane, and then we're going to chop, whoosh, and drive that lower torso in. Lower torso's coming in, upper torso's rotating the opposite direction, keeping that lead hand as a defense in front of the head, keeping the guard tight. So back in from square one here, balance up, square off the hips and shoulders with your visualized target, that depression dummy. Step off the line, we're nice and close, it's close range attack. And I'm doing this on snow and uneven ground. Do it on level ground. Don't do this. This is madness. All right. Step off the line, open up the hips, reach across the face of the opponent, bring up the ankle and knee together, right? And then chop, whoosh, driving that knee in and sending it back to your nice balanced stance. Now in a very close situation, we can activate the clinch and use the same mechanics. Boom. We're torquing the upper half of our body in the opposite direction of the lower half. We're bringing the ankle and knee up, whoosh, and we're driving them in. The goal is to send that sharp end of the knee up into the ribs. Crack a couple of those lower ribs and do some permanent damage to that enemy if it's in a self-defense situation. If you're with a sparring partner, don't do that. Just go nice and slow, stop before you make impact, and just gently nudge so that you can test your technique without damaging your opponent. Another technique to keep your opponent safe in a sparring situation is, instead of making contact with the sharp part of the knee, make contact, get too close, make contact with the muscle, the top of the thigh, the top of the quad there. That will protect your opponent and let you test your technique as well. So one more time, angled knee here, just all together. Now I'm breaking this thing down into segments, but really you want everything to move at the same time. Don't worry if you don't get it right away. It's a little more complicated of an attack, but once you do start to get it, you'll feel that everything kind of link together and move in unison. It becomes very natural, and it's a lot of fun to practice on the bag and feel that feedback. So one more time, angled knee strike. We're going to step off the line, reaching across the face, chop the hand, opposite direction of the knee as it's coming up, and we're turning upper torso in the opposite direction of that lower torso, bringing the knee up on an angle right into the ribs. That is our angled knee. So we're going to break that down. We're going to take it nice and slow. We're going to move through our 3 rounds, our standard 3 rounds. My intensity is going to be lower because the harder I push, the more pounding this migraine gets. So I'm going to moderate to my current condition. And that's what you guys need to do as well if you want to make a sustainable routine that you can do every single day, no matter what happens. It's been 847 days of success. I punched through sickness and health, through flu, through COVID, through all kinds of stuff. And the only reason I was able to do that is because I made it about me, about what I can accomplish, and I gave myself a reasonable goal for the moment. Tuning into the moment, seeing where you're at. So check in on yourself, see how you're feeling, and moderate that intensity. You can change the volume, the pace, the speed of the strikes, the energy that you put behind them. All of those things will let you moderate to your level. And I'm going to be doing the same, like I said. We're going to move through 3 rounds, standard 3 rounds, 3 minutes each, 1 minute breaks to catch our breath and drink some water. Checking in on comments. Thank you to Dorsey for being here. Tanea, Luca, my buddy out in Canada. Bruce13, thanks for being here as well. Slayer Ken, coming in at 482 days. Heck yeah, good stuff, good consistency, good dedication. Well done, brother. Nothing is impossible with consistency and dedication. We can break those limits that we thought we once had and keep on moving forwards. All right, that being said, go ahead and pop into your visualized stance. I'm going to start the timer now. We're going to get into our first round of shadow boxing, starting off with some fundamentals. We'll be mixing those tools we learned over the last 13 days into a fun, creative routine so we can keep on fighting forwards. Let's go. Square up. Visualize that opponent. Remember to assign it the name of that thing you want to work on. Square up in your Muay Thai stance, keeping the guard tight by the brow line. And let's start with the fundamentals to warm up. Step to the 1, rotate for the 2, and start moving around. If you're advanced, if you've got the movement down already, you want to add that movement and really kind of simulate a live opponent, right? An active threat. Whoosh. And then practice your different techniques. You can work on those rolls. Whoosh, whoosh. Work on your defense. So many points to improve. Limitless room for improvement here. All right, we're going to start adding in those knee strikes like we practiced the other day. Starting with the rear knee strike, that basic Muay Thai knee strike. We're going to chop the hand, whoosh, and send that knee straight forward. Bam, bam, bam. Visualize that opponent. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Keep the guard tight. Keep the guard high on the lead hand. And step in for that straight knee. Remember to chop the arm, not only for power, but for balance. You'll notice I'm on ice. I'm on snow out here. If I'm not perfectly balanced, I'm going to go for a ride when I toss that knee. It's going to throw me right off my center. So the hand is your counterweight. That's how we stay balanced. Step forwards into the straight knee. Boom. Back to stance. And now we're going to turn that straight knee into the angled knee so we can start to feel the differences there. So let's work with that straight knee first. Straight in. Center mass. Now the angled knee, we're going to bring the ankle and the knee up on the same plane, right? And we're going to torque through, chopping, whoosh, diagonally, and then back to stance. Keep yourself balanced and centered, chin tucked for balance in there. Work those fundamentals at your level. Remember, give yourself a challenge. And work for you. Let's go. Straight knee strike here. Boom. Now angled knee strike. Open the hip. Off the line just a bit, reach across the face of the opponent. Boom, chop that arm as a counterbalance and send the knee up there. Bang, into the rib cage. Back to stance, tuck the chin. Balance Muay Thai position, visualize the opponent. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Run those fundamentals. You can work those elbows in there. Practice elbows the other day. Just stay nice and balanced and give yourself a challenge. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Straight knee. Boom, angled knee. Hey, keep it moving. Hook, jab, cross. Boom. You can mix it up, really make it your own. Boom, boom, boom. But think about technique and improving on each strike, right? When we launch the jab, step into the jab, turn the fist over, squeeze the thumb. When we launch the cross, rotate on the back foot. Whoosh, right through the face of that visualized opponent. Hit him with the knee. Whoosh, angled knee. Whoosh. And that's the end of round one. Catch your breath, drink some water. Check in on you. Make sure you're not pushing too hard. I'm going too hard already. Shout out to Mel the Blind Fury. Thanks so much for tuning in. And he said, my guy always getting in. Absolutely. I do not want to cheat myself. No matter how I'm feeling out here, if I take a day off from my self-care routine that has kept me suicidal ideation free and debilitation free for the last 874 days, I'd be taking an unnecessary chance that thing can creep back in. We don't cure depression here. We beat depression. And it takes consistent work and dedication. It takes consistent maintenance. And we got to show up for ourselves every single day. Don't stop doing things that work for you. When you find those tools that work for you, add them to your toolkit. Make sure you're balanced about it, right? I'm not going to train through this headache all day long to my detriment. We got to find that balance too. It's super important. But I'm not going to take a day off from what saves my life every day. It just doesn't make sense to me. Let's get back into it. Round two, square up, visualize that opponent. Guard high by the brow line, chin tucked. Let's go. Start with the fundamentals. Pom, pom, pom. 1, 2, 3. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Let's switch up the stance and work the angled knee from the opposite side here. Remember that switch knee we practiced just yesterday? Swap the feet, boom, and fire the switch knee. Whoosh, boom, chopping the hand for balance. We're in southpaw stance, bring it back to orthodox. We're going to do the same thing now with the angled knee. So work your fundamentals. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Work your creative routine. Keep the guard tight. Keep moving around. Roll. Have fun. Remember what you're fighting for. That better quality of life that we deserve. And you deserve what you give, so give it your best here. Let's go. All right, now we're going to start working that switch into the angled knee. So swap the feet, and we're going to do the same thing, but for the opposite side. Make sure when you swap the feet for the angled knee, you open up that hip on what's now the lead leg, right? Turning that foot out. We're going to reach across the face with this hand as we swapped the feet into southpaw stance. And we're going to, boom, torque it on an angle and land back in southpaw position. Bring it all the way back to orthodox, and let's fire a couple other knees. Straight knee here. Whoosh. Switch knee time. Whoosh. Back to stance. Orthodox position. Straight knee. Whoosh. Angled knee. Whoosh. Boom. Now switch the feet, the foot stance into southpaw. Boom. And fire that angled knee from the opposite side. Boom. Back to stance. Keeping it balanced. Remember, all those different points that you can use to improve your balance. Keeping the chin tucked. Keeping the feet evenly spaced. Keeping that torso nice and upright, nice and straight. Doesn't matter how slippery the surface is. If we're nice and balanced in this balanced Muay Thai position, we can be effective fighters no matter what surface we're standing on. Straight knee here. Whoosh. Angled knee. Whoosh. Switch knee. Whoosh. Now back to orthodox position and give me a switch angled knee here. Swap the feet and then remember, open up the hip when you swap and torque it on an angle. Whoosh. Back to stance, exhaling hard through that strike. Keep the hands going. Work your switches in there, stay elusive. And visualize knocking those lies out of that depression dummy's face. Let's go. Nothing's gonna stop us out here. Exhale through. Keep moving. And around two. Catch your breath. Drink some water. Check in on you. Shout out to Riss MC. Thanks for being here. And Physical Movement Coach. Good to see you, brother. Thank you so much for the support. And I'm heating up. Whew. Yeah. My head's pounding. I can't keep doing it. I can't keep going at that intensity. I gotta dial it down because I'm definitely gonna make this headache worse. Oi. It's alright. We got one more round. We got 3 minutes left to go. We got a 30-second break right now. Make sure you're staying hydrated. and I'm going to do my best to dial down my intensity while still giving myself a challenge. That's an important part. We don't want to take it too easy because we'll fall into boredom. We don't want to push too hard because we'll make our headache worse. So you've got to dial it in. You got to pay attention and you see how you're feeling and really give yourself a challenge, but don't overwork. Find that flow zone in between. That way we can make progress every day. Shout out to Sunshine and Rainbows. It's time for round 3. Get creative with it. Enjoy it. Use all those tools you've learned over the last 13 days, right? Hands, elbows, rising elbows, bam, 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 bam. We've been equipped with a couple knees now. Rear knee, switch knee, wuss. Bring it back, angled knee, wuss, hey. And work your movement in there as well. Bong, bong, bong. I'm trying to dial it down. Tune into you. Dial it into your pace, where you're at today. Give yourself a challenge to your skill level and your condition in this moment. Don't overwork. If this is not a challenge, don't follow my pace. Follow your pace. What is a challenge for you? Change that volume. Work those level changes. Work those different tools. And give yourself that challenge. But don't overwork. Oy. It's a delicate balance. Work the knees. Work that angled knee we just practiced. Wuss. Think about the different balance tools, right? Wuss. Let's go. Just because we're on ice doesn't mean we can't throw it with power. We just got to stay balanced. Hey, switch knee. Wuss. You could turn it into an advancing knee. Toss the knee forwards and then step in to southpaw stance to put that pressure on your opponent. 1, 2, 3. Knee. Stepping in. 1, 2, 3. Hook. Pivoting back. Play with that distance. Think about how you can work the guard changes in. Bang. To change your distance. Bang. And become effectively dangerous at all. From all angles. All distances. Whether in motion. Wuss. Or standing still. Swap knee. Wuss. Hey. Overall though, have fun with it. Chin tucked. Wuss. Hit that dummy. Hit that depression dummy. Right where it hurts. Wuss, wuss, wuss. Wuss. Hey. Keep going. Guard tight. And, oh, almost there. Wuss. Keep going. Bang, bang, bang. Exhale through those strikes. Think about what you can cover the knee up with, right? That rear knee strike's kind of got a big tail. So maybe you want to put it in right after. Landing across. Boy, that's the end of round 3. Woo! I'm feeling it today. This is rough. But we got it done. We crushed it. We crushed that daily goal. That's another one for the books. Another step forward to keep track of. Remember, even if you showed up for just 1 minute today and you put in 1 minute of work, that's one step ahead of where you were a minute ago. And if you think about it like this, if your environment, if your mental health is a house and that house is on fire and you're in that toxic environment and you take one step out that front door, that could be the step that saves your life. So start taking steps, start keeping track, because every single step is just as important as the next one. And the more you take, the more it will add up, the further away you will get from that bad stuff, and the closer you will get to peace, to freedom, to your passion, to your purpose, to an enjoyable life. Keep track of that progress. Keep growing. Keep getting stronger every day. And I promise I'll be here to support your growth no matter what, every single day at the same time. Humanly possible, right? You gotta throw that in there. Until next time, I'll catch you guys. Same exact time, same exact channel, same exact life. Sack man out. Woo.